You'll have to bear with me a minute if anyone's on here. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this working. I've had to jump through hoops to get this live stream going. There we go. It's live. That's a good start. Can you hear me okay? So small, it wouldn't let me fire up a live stream from the phone. Like, you are not eligible. So I've had to put the phone in desktop mode and try and control it with a microscope. But we got there in the end. So how is everyone? Luke, how you doing, pal? Delta 1, Manchester Van Life, how are you? Evening. Good, Mark. God, look at that. Only 20 people on. Less pressure. Oh, it's good. Buff it in a bit. Let me try and move you back, see if that helps. The phone may go flat though. That should have picked up Wi-Fi now. Any better? That is indeed a TT fleece. Yeah, man. The channel, I thought I'd just come on for 10-15 minutes and kind of explain my thinking behind it, really. If it's working, it looks like it ain't working on here. Roam from home, yes, absolutely. That is something I need to do before I die or before it gets cancelled, one of the two. So, seeing as there's a few people here, let's talk about this channel. So, obviously, I'm working on this thing at the minute, so it's going to be quite bike focused, and it's nice to now have a platform to be able to do the bike stuff on, because obviously not that many people are interested. So yeah, of course I'm still going to do the van stuff. I mean, I live in the van, like, you know, this isn't me bailing, but I'm literally living 10 meters over there on the drive. I mean, this is just, yeah, the van ain't going anywhere, and I'm still going to do the van videos. But the idea of this channel is just to give me an alternative outlet, I guess, to do whatever. So at the minute, yeah, it's bikes, but you know, it could be, I don't know, it could be anything. It's just because obviously, like, the Lost in Europe channel is, you know, yeah, it's about my life and what I get up to, but it's hard to try and like balance everything. You know, you can't please everyone, That's just a given. Like, I want that channel to be about my life living in the van and about photography, and I can manage those two things. But there's a lot more to me than just that. So, you know, I've been trying to figure that out for quite a while, how to sort of deal with that. And every now and again, I've dipped a video in here and there on the other channel, and it's just bombed, which I expected. Like, it was just a sort of a test of things. Now, that's fine, but I don't know. I feel like I've got more to give on this other side as well, rather than just the van stuff and the photography things. So I want to separate it so that everyone gets to enjoy what they want to watch. Really, I think it's the best way to go. Oh wow, video cancelled this year. Yeah, I can imagine. Next year. Delta One, will you keep this channel bike stuff going? Well, yeah. I mean, the beauty of sort of this thing, like today, I've filmed 3 videos, just like that. And it's good because I can pick something I want to make a video of. So, for example, I made this seat today. So I recorded a video about that. That's done. It's on the computer. It's made. It's ready to go when I want it to go. So it's different. Whereas I feel like I can't do that with the van stuff because that's not how I want the channel to be, if that makes sense. I prefer the sort of the real life, day to day, whatever I'm doing, it gets filmed and it goes on the next day. That's how I like to operate that channel. That's what gives me the most pleasure. And I don't want to get away from that, really. So pre-recording things and doing that kind of stuff, it won't work for me. So whereas this channel, let's say for example, I decide I'm going to go off traveling somewhere for 3 months. I can record some stuff in advance and then post it as and when. Sometimes I wonder, yeah, that as well. Obviously, got quite a lot of grief for bike stuff on the main channel, which again, it's one of them, isn't it? It doesn't interest everyone, and that's fine. But I don't really want to spend the time and the effort making the videos if I'm just going to get a load of shit for it. So I'd much sooner have a separate channel. So this channel is basically going to be building stuff. Ultimately, it's just going to be various projects, working on things, whatever I'm doing. The sort of long-term plan, obviously because of this lockdown and all of this crap over the last few months, it's made me realise that I definitely need a base. Whichever way I look at it, I need a base camp. I can't get away from that. So it's always been like a plan of mine to have some kind of a bit of land with a barn or a garage or some kind of unit on it that I can use as a base for this, because obviously this isn't my house. This stuff in here, this is very kindly being allowed to be here, but ultimately I don't live here. So how long this can stay here, I don't know. So I'm fortunate at the minute, and I'm enjoying it while it's here, making the most of it, keeping myself busy, which is good. But yeah, look, moving forward, eventually I'm gonna have to get my own thing, and on that land will be some kind of building that I can do this in. So whatever that may be, that's what I've got the channel going now, so it's sort of well on its way when that time comes. Maxi build next. Claire K, no, I say this this whole custom bike thing, this is quite new to me. I've never really done this before. That was my first real sort of build, if you like, and now I've got this one on the go, and I'm loving it. It's brilliant. Before I was only ever, I worked on bikes. I'd flip the odd bike here and there, but I've never gone down the custom route until now. Sometimes I wonder, yeah, France. I mean, that's on the options. We've been looking over there. Yeah, because obviously it's a hell of a lot cheaper than here, so that may be an option. Mr. W, how you doing, mate? No, I've not watched that yet. I've not really been watching anything, to be honest. I'll remember it though now and have a look. Blood, Sweat and Gears. Do I want to sell it? So what, Bobber or this? I've had quite a lot of messages about the Yamaha. I mean, I would sell it. I'm not stupid, but I'm in no rush to sell it. So I'm not going to take like a low bid on it just because I'm scraping for money. If I sell it, it'd have to be, a good offer, basically. Container on a plot of land, that would be perfect. Yeah, I mean, I've considered the container option as well. But yeah, that's. I just need a bait. Like, I don't want a house. I'm not after a house here, because I've got my van. Like, that is my house. I just need a place a workshop, really. Preferably something that I could get the van into. That would be the ideal. Just, if I need to work on it, or whenever the time comes that I do get a different van, I could drive that in and do the conversion inside. But that's reaching. Like, if I can't have that, then I can't have that. But yeah, just so, I mean, this is fine. I'd like a bit bigger, maybe double the size of this, just so I can have a few projects on the go at once. This is all right in here when it's nice weather, but as soon as it rains, it's I have to get everything back in, and it's dead cramped. You've made my wife blush. Oh dear. Don't really know what to say to that, Mike. Steve Wild, how you doing, mate? Curbside Crafters, how you doing? Christopher Naylor, you right, buddy? I'll tell you what, I'm quite shocked actually, how many people have come over. What's it now? 667. Pretty decent. I weren't expecting that many. I thought it'd be like, a couple of hundred at the most. But yeah, that's another thing as well. So the other reason, obviously, to have a second channel is because what I do in the van and what I've always done and what category I've always uploaded the videos in, which is travel and leisure, is it? Or travel and events, something like that. Travel, let's say that. I think whenever I post anything different, so even the photography stuff, like when I post that, it tends to bomb pretty hard compared to the other videos, which is fine. You know, that is what it is. Like, I don't really care about that. But having a second channel means now I've got the category as, I think it's got autos and vehicles or something. So it'll, you know, when I upload a video and YouTube recommends it to people, it'll get recommended to people who actually want to see that kind of thing, as opposed to, you know, someone who wants to watch van builds or something. So that's the idea behind that. What's your plans for the Kawasaki board? Well, like I say, I have filmed a couple of videos today, sort of explaining what I'm doing with it. But if I scoot you around a little bit and give you that, that might give you kind of a rough idea if you know your bikes. I don't think I'm actually keeping that headlight, just using that as a mock-up, but yeah, going for that kind of thing. So Common Ash, I've always been a Fireblade owner. Lovely bikes. What would be your perfect bike? Genuinely, hand on heart, if I could have, let's say just from the bikes I've had, if I could have any of them back, it'd be the Tenere, just without a doubt. It's something about that bike. I loved it, and I've had one hell of a selection of motorbikes in my time. But if money was absolutely no object and I could be given a bike for free, I would probably have a Ducati Desmo Sodisi. But you know, and I wouldn't dare ride it because it's worth like 50 grand. What about you lot? Clearly you're into your bikes. Let's see what you'd have if money was no object. Actually, the top bloke we all like. Oh, thank you, mate. And then when you throw a motorcycle building, well, it's a done deal. I appreciate that, buddy. Cafe Racer screams out to me. It may well be that. I had an RD 400. Nice. VMAX. Which VMAX have you got, Jake? Is it the older one or the newer shape? Chris Gray, HP4. Yeah. I don't know, HP4. Or just the has the HP4 got the same headlights and stuff as the S1000? I can't think off the top of my head. I know it's the sort of racier one. But even the S1000, for some reason, even when it came out, it just never gelled with me, really. I don't know. I think some bikes just do that. Honda C50, old school ZZR 1100. What, that would be your dream bike, or is that what you've got now? Oh, RD250. Cracking piece of kit, that. I'd still take an old school bobber over anything. 99 Pegaso Q. Can't bring myself to sell it. Well, you know what? Like this bike here, I do explain this in the next video I film, but I'll tell you anyway. So I got this for my 18th birthday. I think I said this on the last live stream. So I've had this now for almost 10 years. And, you know, I've kept it going. It's been like on and off, you know, got it through its MOTs and stuff. And I'll leave it for a year or something, and then I'll MOT it again and get it back out on the road and all of that. And that's what I was going to do now. And then I just thought this bike deserves more. It served me well. So I want to see if I can turn it into something better. Because I mean, realistically, it's a GPZ 305. Like, it's pretty shit in the grand scheme of bikes. Obviously, I love it, you know, but realistically, it's pretty crap. It never had good reviews. The ratings were always rubbish. Definitely not a desirable motor, but something about it, I just like it. So, trying to do something with it, make it, I don't know, something special, I guess. See what I can do. I'll probably ruin it, but old one, yeah, definitely the best. Almost spent my inheritance on a TT Norton. Ooh. Glad I didn't now, as the waiting list was so long they're now bust. Yeah. Okay, cat. Go away. My favourite has always been the XT500. Matte black rat bike would be fine. You know, maybe, I don't know. I want to see where this journey goes, this whole bike thing. Because, you know, especially if this channel starts to grow and once I get enough, I can monetize it. And then it will go towards probably buying more bikes. And maybe a rat bike is going to be one of them at some point. I really want to build like a Mad Max kind of ridiculous beast of a bike. I don't know what bike I'd use to do that, but yeah, that's always been on my list to do. Old 500 GP race bike. Now that, yeah, that would be a machine and a half to own, wouldn't it? Couldn't narrow it down to one bike, like Ducati Monsters, also custom bobber. Not had an amazing experience with Ducati Monsters. I mean, they are beautiful machines, but probably 7 out of 10 that I've seen have gone majorly mechanically wrong. Currently own a GS 1250. Oh mate, what I would do for a GS Adventure. I think if I'd have bought one of them, I'd probably still have that now. But I've only ever rode one, and it wasn't the Adventure. It was the GS with like the shit alloys on it. But beautiful bike to ride. Tinker Time just bought a VFR 800 this evening. Wow, they're not bad. They're pretty good bikes, to be fair. Is it the newer sort of angular thing? I was just about to say a Mad Max Apocalypse style bike. Yeah, man, that's uh, that's got to happen at some point. Bimota Honda HB1. Ooh, look at that. Is that it? That's a cool piece of kit, Mark. Don't think what that was off the top of my head. Proper. You ever had to go on a speedway bike? I haven't. Don't know if I look like a laugh though. Tinker Time, you can't blame me for getting a bike. Pegaso Cube. Ah, is this I know what an Aprilia Pegaso is. Is the I've never heard the cube bit. Is that like I know the one that's quite round, and then from that it goes to the Pegaso Strada, doesn't it? So is the cube before the round one, or is that like a variant of it? I know the GS 650s. Think of time, first big bike. Nice. To be fair, VFR 800, that's a pretty good, what's the word? Pretty good step. That's a good, sensible decision. I hate it when people, for their first like proper buy, they go and buy a bloody R1 or something, and then wonder why they're dead 2 months later. 145 on the mountain. Did I work at a dealership? I did, yeah. There was a dealership not far from me. It wasn't a specific dealership though, it was just like a shop. Um, they did stock Reju's new. I don't know if you've probably never heard of them, but they just used to sell everything, and it was a massive showroom. We used to have about 500 bikes in at one time, so the the selection of things I got to ride was just ridiculous because I used to do a lot of the PDIs, and I was getting through 10 bikes a day. So obviously you do it and then take it out for a RAS, make sure it's all right. Well, make sure it's okay, you know. Worked for Kawasaki and Yamaha over the 20 years. As you can see the oils in your veins. Hope you enjoy this journey with the bikes. Cheers, man. Yeah, I say like this is a side that you've probably never really seen. I mean, I've put bike bits in here and there. Like before I even left for Europe, I had that Gas 250. Took that out for a RAS, didn't I? And when I was out in France the first time, I took my friend's bike out. I don't know if you remember that video, but that was just brilliant. Like bikes have been with me this whole time, but I've never really found a way to integrate them into the channel, I guess. What do you think of the SV 100s? SV 100, was that going to be an SV 1000? I assume it was. If it was SV 1000, uh, yeah, I mean, fair or not fair, like cracking engine. I had a DL 1000 for a little while. It's same engine, pretty much the same power delivery, but heavier bike. Um, and that thing used to motor. The torque on that. Yeah, I rate SV thousands. Yeah, there you go, SV 1000S. Even the 650s, they're a bit gutless if you are coming from sports bikes or super bikes, but you know, if you're a fairly new rider, SV650, that's a good one to go. Love the smell of ethanol. That smell always reminds me of Speedway nights with my dad. Man, I have watched Speedway. I've never really bought there. Cube is the adventure version. Oh, nice. Cagiva 550. I've seen them. They're the naked things, aren't they? Cagiva 550. Oh no. Am I thinking of the right thing? No, that's Canyon. What's a Cagiva 550 then? I know Cagiva make the Mito, and it looks like they make some kind of trail attempt. It's a 550. I know they do that. They do that naked. What the hell? Do that like naked thing. I've seen a couple of them. Look for Cagiva Canyon. Okay. Cagiva Canyon. Oh, it is that one then. They got a 500 and a 600. Yeah, I mean, it basically looks the same as like the old Pegaso in the BMW. Pretty much the same sort of thing, isn't it? The problem I have with bikes like that, you know, same with them other ones, is there's a lot of fairing on them to bust if you actually go off-roading on it. So, like, you know, some of the places that I took my Tenere, and I've laid it down, like it's gone down a few times. I had a crash cage around it, and I never broke anything. And it's gone down pretty hard at the time, so I used to basically ride it like a crosser. Curbside comment, read my previous comment. USD forks, bigger front wheel, factory press bars and pannier bars and boxes. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, um, for that bracket, the sort of 600cc, like Tourer Enduro thing, it'd be the XTZ for me all the way. For the reasons that I just listed. Obviously, the engine's a bit of a beast on it, but also, you know, everything is like plastic and it's bendable plastic as well. Even the tank's got that plastic cover on it. So, yeah, you know, it's just built for getting shit thrown at it pretty much. No, it's crap. I agree. No bike is crap. Okay, how dare you? Oh, Nick Shep, rare anniversary edition. Let's see. No, I just did the same typo as you, but with the 100. Oh wow! So was it in the Jigsaw colours, the white and the red, white and the blue? That's bad. If you squint, you wouldn't know the difference between a Jigsaw, would you? Didn't know they made them in them colours. Have you been out on the beast bike much? Been out quite a bit, yeah. Obviously the weather's been shit the last like what, 3-4 days, so yeah, I've been out on it a fair bit. In half loud. I have to sort of pick my times to go out. You need to get on the new XD700. I saw something about that the other day, you know. Yeah, to be fair, it does look a bit of a beast. Again, look, why they put all this like shit fairing on it? I'm sure it's a beast though. I'll have to try and get a go on one at some point. See if we can find one in a shop to do a test ride on. That's a point. Would you be interested in seeing like test rides on bikes as well? Because I could definitely do that. Hawk, how you doing, mate? If you want torque, then try the new Rocket. Yeah, yeah, man. I know someone that's got one of them. It does don't have to look a beast. So much tech on it, though. You know, it's a thing, isn't it? With all these new bikes now, there's so much tech on them. Like, if things go wrong on them, it's there's no fixing it, is it? It's just get a new bit. You know, I don't like that. I like it when things go wrong. Like on the bobber, because obviously I changed the exhausts. It was running lean as shit, so took the carbons apart, bored the jet out by I think it was about half a mil or something, maybe not even that. The main jet just with a drill bit. Right, like I've got proper drill bit and stuff for doing it. You do it in the press, but you know, just to be able to do that kind of thing, like you got one of these brand new fancy bikes with all the EFI and shit and all the computers, like you shit out of luck, ain't you? You buy new bits. It's great, no power, but you can rag it everywhere. What's this? Royal Enfield Himalayan. Again, another bike I've never heard of. Oh, nah. Now then. That's a bit of me right there. That is a cool looking beast. 2018? What the hell? That is a cool looking bike. Would you ever consider, yes, test ride video, Sam. Would you ever consider an electric? Don't know. I mean, technology's come along a long way now, hasn't it? So I'd definitely consider having a go on one. I've seen a few videos in the past of them on YouTube. Some of the proper ones, they don't half look quick. Try KTM 790 Adventure. I've rode a few KTMs in my time. Which one's the 790? I know I've not rode this. Oh, that's quite. Oh, hang on. Phone was ringing. What's the battery saying? 44%. I remember riding an old KTM. Is it 640? Kickstart one. Is that the one? Yeah. I'll tell you what, it about broke my bloody leg. I tried to kick that thing over. Oh dear. How long are you going for tonight? Do I need to get a whiskey? Oh, not too long, but I'll tell you what, I'll go grab a beer. I mean, it's a live stream, isn't it? Like, why have I not got beer? Who else is grabbing a beer then? I'm gonna go get one. Just one though. I've already had a few today. Oh yes, you know, Galahad for life. Did you reject? Reject? Does that mean reject? Yeah, that's what I was just saying about up in the jet. Reject, yeah. Yeah, man. Have a look at the Cake electric bike. They look awesome. Cake. Nothing's come up with the Cake, but oh, cool. Kalk. They look pretty cool. Any plans to do bike meetups? Don't know. I mean, if we do, van meetups, then everyone should definitely try and bring a bike if they can. We'll go out for a massive ride. 640 Supermoto. Yeah, it was a Supermoto, but it had a kickstart. And it was an absolute weapon. I'm buzzing from my purchase. Gonna get a drink. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, yeah, bike meetup. Yeah, I'd be up doing that. Go for a little ride. That bobber ain't exactly the fastest thing in the world, but I got a San Miguel on the go. It's like being on holiday. First bike was a KTM 82 370 twin shock. Fastest bike I ever owned. Nice. Manchester van life. Cheers, matey. I'll message her on here. It's just because if I answer the call, it'll screw that up. So end up cancelling it. Yeah. My first and current bike is a 93 CB1000. Nice. That's your first bike. Everybody grab a beer. Absolutely. My bike club do a bike show early June every year. It would be great if you could come down and be a guest judge. Judge? Hey, I'll be up to go to a bike show. I need more bikes in my life. I've been depriving myself of them for too long. How did I only just find out you are alive? I don't know, mate. I'm doing well. How are you? YouTube bike build and enter in custom bike show. You will all vote for it. Oh man. Fast doesn't matter when you have a V twin with open pipes. I mean that is true, but obviously, you know, if someone turns up on a boozer and going out for a bobble with me on that, then they might get a bit bored. Mad Murdy, how you doing, mate? Oh, GPZ 750 turbo. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're pretty beastly, and pulling a power wheelie at 100. That, yeah, had quite a few bikes that do that. But yeah, I agree. The GPZ 750, they are a beast. Does anyone else keep hold of their old bikes? I mean, right here is the proof of that. 10 years. So many, so many bikes I've had though that I wish that I regret selling. It's just stupid. Glad to see you made a biker channel. It's more of a building channel. It's not going to be just bikes, but I imagine bikes are going to feature heavily on it. I don't want to lock myself into a bike box like I locked myself into a van box. Uh, have you any two strokes? Have I had any two strokes? I've not got any now, but I have had two strokes. Yeah. I'll tell you what my favourite one. I had the gas 250. Yeah, I think gas 250. It wasn't the 300. Yeah, 250. But what I enjoyed more than that was my RS 125. I had a 2004, I think, the round curvy one, and we did quite a bit of work on it and got it going pretty bloody well for a 125. I mean, I managed to get 110 mile an hour out of it, which I thought was pretty good. John Pollard, yeah, RS 250. They are fantastic bikes. They're so light, it's ridiculous. That's why I love that RS as well, because it's so light. Regret selling mint. Yeah, I know I keep going on about fucking Tenere, but I can't believe the price of them now. I think I bought mine for just shy of £3 grand, and it had 20,000 miles on it when I bought it. This was a few years back, and I sold it for £3 grand. I didn't lose any money on it, but I look at them now, and I'm seeing them with 25, 30,000 miles on them for like 5.5 grand. I can't believe it. They're so expensive. No way I'll have an RS125 as well. That's where the runner came from. Oh, mate. Cracking bike. Absolutely cracking bike. Future build idea for you, Ash. Quad converted into a snowmobile. I mean, that's definitely that'd definitely be a project, would it? What do you mean with like proper snow tracks onto it? I've seen them quads, when I've been abroad. Seen them with the 4 tracks. Mad. John Pollard, yeah, man. The whole engine is made out of cheese paste, but they didn't half go well for a 125. Curbside crafters, see you later, dude. And Stu, see you later, mate. Still have it in the back of the shed. YZF $1,000. Oh, Thunder Ace. I've never called it a YZF $1,000 before. Thunder Aces are all right. Yeah, I've only ever known that as a Thunder Ace, but 2 completely different bikes in the garage. AP50 and a Norton Commando. Wow. I do love the Nortons. Oh, you can't see down there, but I've got a plaque with a Norton on it. I've always admired that. I think that may be where the idea for this came from. I don't know. Just seeing that for years. Gareth Harrison, what about building a trike? I'll tell you what, mate, I'd be well up for building a trike, but I've got no bloody room to do it. Oh, Manchester van life. All right, buddy. I'll catch you in a bit. Thanks for coming on. I'm only going to go for 10 more minutes anyway. Pretty late, isn't it? What's the plan for the GPZ? Well, you shall see as it begins to unfold. I've got a pretty good plan in my head, I think, but we'll see how it turns out. I love the Harley shop bikes now. Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, you know what? Like, obviously, when I was younger, I was all about the speed all the time, as probably everyone is. But you know, not that I'm getting old, and boring, but I appreciate all bikes now as opposed to disregarding things. When I was like 17, 18, 19, whatever, I'd see a Harley and wheelie past it on R6 or whatever I was on. But now I actually quite enjoy it, especially even on this bobber. I've been going out on that and literally just going onto like the country lanes, the small lanes, just cruising along at like 50 and having the time of my life. See you later, John. Biggest regret was selling my Phaser Thou, the frame I built myself. Oh, nice. Have you seen on YouTube the Grom with 300 engine? I've not seen that. Again, them bloody Groms, they would be perfect for the van, but they're ridiculous money. I pay £3 for a bloody 125. Love that yellow VTR tucked in the corner. Yeah, man. Took that out a couple of times since I've been back here. It's a decent bike, to be fair. It's that kind of balance. Like, it's plenty fast enough for the roads, but it's like it's not too ridiculous that the entire ride is just a massive adrenaline rush. Are you taking the van and the 750 around the next TT? Oh dear, I don't know. That'll be a bit of a thing, won't it? Yeah, Ian, I do agree. But I'll tell you what it is with me, because I mean, even this, like the Firestorm, it's not that radical of a position. You are still quite over, but it's not like elbow splitting, but it's still enough to not be comfortable. You know what I mean? Not like obviously that the bobber. Um, so when I'm on a bike like that and I'm hunched over like this, I want to be, I want something screaming between my legs if I'm going to do that. Otherwise, I want to enjoy the ride and be comfortable and all of that kind of thing. Crap for fuel, yeah. I can't believe how shit that is on petrol. Just about to sell my K1 600. Going to be sad without the bike. House is on the market. Moving into the van full time. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that, dude. It's a difficult one, isn't it? It really is. One day I will be able to have a bike in my van, a proper bike, not something tiny. But yeah, it is a difficult one, and I don't know. The thing I've sort of realised is obviously life's short, and you should spend it doing what you enjoy. That is the ultimate thing. Fuck everything else. Just make sure whatever you're doing, you enjoy it, and whatever passions you have, you make sure that you pursue them and you give them time. And it's obviously difficult because moving into the van, like living in the van, traveling, photography, all of that, that is a huge passion of mine. But so is bikes. So is building things, making things, whatever. I love that as well. That gives me pleasure. So to not do it, I'm kind of cheating myself, I guess. I don't want to do that because what's the point? So eventually I'll find the balance. Obviously, the situation now, this is because the world decided to end on us. I wouldn't normally be here. But in the future, I will find a solution that means I can have this and that and live in the balance that I can do. I enjoyed watching the bike build, Ash. Used to race GP bikes back in Australia. Nice. Learned so much about jetting and spannering. Yeah, man. Uh, 600 RR kills my hands now. Yeah, RRs are pretty. You're pretty hunched over on an RR, aren't you? But it's not all about power, Ash. My lad got rid of his Quack 14. Said it was boring. Yeah, but to be fair, the ZZRs, they are pretty boring. Not gonna lie. I know they're rapid, but they're massive, and they're heavy. They're not um they're not fun to flick around as much as like a little 600 sports or something like that. I've always seen them more as a sports tourer. But yeah, I know, I appreciate that. It's not all about the power at all. I just mean like if I'm in this position and hunched over, I want to be like when I turn this, I want this. you know, I don't want to be suffering the pain of being like that, and then the bike's crap. Because what's the point? Got a daily 2.8 like yours now. No, nice. I hope you have many happy years with it, mate. Yeah. Walk. Yeah, man. Just read your comment. But you got to ask yourself what you want more. That's the thing, isn't it? If you've got that deep burning desire to go and travel, you know your shit about whatever else, or if that desire is stronger than going out on your Harley, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy it. Enjoy every minute. Commune in Portugal. I'll help you build the garage. Oh yeah. I don't know about Portugal. I don't really fancy Portugal, to be honest. Beautiful country, but if I'm going to set up shop somewhere, I want to make sure I'm happy with it. How long did you work at a bike shop? About 2 years, give or take. But I worked for myself for quite a while as well. I actually used to make a fair bit of money out of this garage working on people's bikes. Have you got a 7.5 ton license? If you have that horsepower. I've not got the license yet, but I will have to do it when I get the next van. To be fair, like when the next van comes, the 7 ton daily, I'll get the one with the extra high roof, and that means I can raise my bed up by about that much, and then a bike will go in absolutely no problem. Um, that bobber getting it in there, I had to ratchet strap the bloody forks down, and it still skimmed the clocks on the bottom of the bed. Only ever left the country once. That was 30 years ago. Oh man, yeah, you definitely got to get yourself out there, haven't you? Do some travelling. Abodeless. I just read your name as Amber Least. Oh dear. You could set up a mobile net doing bikes as you travel. I could do. I don't really. Don't know. It's not like I'm trying to make a business, so to speak, out of it. Because the main thing I enjoy doing, if I'm honest, is making videos. I really, really enjoy making videos, and that obviously stems from photography and doing all that. Unreleased. Unreleased. But you know, I've got to make videos of things that I'm passionate about, and this is one of them. So it's just a natural thing. I don't really want to just become a bike mechanic again, because that it took the love out of it a bit for me. I think it's because I wasn't doing it for myself. I'm not sure. I never really worked it out. But what I'd like to do, my dream, my ideal, like I said, obviously the bit of land with the unit or whatever on it, and then I'd like to do this kind of thing. So, you know, buy bikes that are seen better days and do something cool with them. But I'd also like to, again, buy bikes that have seen better days, fix them up, sell them, you know, make a bit of profit on them, and get a bit of money coming in like that as well. But I enjoy doing that. I love sort of fixing things up. So I could do like, you know, flipping bikes as well as making these and film the whole thing whilst living in a van. There you go. Absolutely winning. That's life completed. How's Jez getting on? He's doing all right. I actually saw him a few days ago, well, last week, but popped up to say hello. Met CJ there as well. He was going past. Keep expecting CJ to wander in. Kevin Hope, all right, dude. Like a Jez with bikes? Yeah, essentially, yeah. But this is why I need to own the land, so I don't have, you know, loads of shit that I need to pay for, like renting a unit kind of thing. Purely so that there's no pressure. So, you know, if I get a bike and it's going to take me a couple of months to do what I want to do with it, then I don't want any pressure. I don't want to have to be paying massive overheads and that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Ashley's custom bikes. Right, I think I'm going to click this off in a minute, folks. Build bikes for yourself, enjoy the build, and sell them on. Yeah, pretty much the way. Although I'm the kind of person that ain't going to want to sell them. How you settling back in after camp? Well, to be honest, mate, I wouldn't really call this settling back in. Quite unsettled here, actually, if I'm honest. I was getting very I was getting a bit depressed, to be fair. The first few weeks of being here, yeah, it weren't really doing me any favours being cooped up in that. So that's why I'd been coming in here, and then I had the idea to set up this channel, and all of a sudden it's like, bam, you know, I'm back, I'm happy because I've got a purpose again. I can make these videos now for this channel and not worry about people not being interested in them. So it's given me a reason to pick up the camera and do stuff again. So, oh, thanks, Mr. W. You too, mate. Amberley's camp was amazing. I look forward to seeing your videos every night. Yeah, man, it was that. I think that couple of months we will remember for the rest of our lives, definitely. Yeah, I loved making the videos there, and just everything about it. Just loved it. I really feel like when I'm not making videos, I feel like shit because that's my thing, isn't it? So, RS Runner, good night, dude. David from Dublin. The chickens are, mate. The fucking chickens, oh dear. So we gave them to the guys that owns the unit, his mate, who we sort of spoke to. He was getting chickens anyway, so we said that he could have them ones instead. And they laid eggs the next day. After all of that, literally the next day, they laid the first egg, and now they're pumping out 3 eggs every day. So that is absolutely great. Adam Robertson, brain surgeon. Wow, blimey. Well, I'm glad that we keep you company during that time, mate. At least you won't get all the bike haters going off on one now. Yeah. Well, the thing is, as well, it's not so much the haters, is it? I don't really give a shit about them. It's obviously people subscribed and watch that channel because they're interested in vans, or they like traveling or photography, or just want to see what I'm doing. And I get that. Maybe they're not interested in bikes, and I don't really want to keep putting out content that you know 3/4 of the people don't care about, because what's the point? So I'd sooner make this channel up, start from scratch, and have both them. Chicken butties, yeah. I tell you what, we bloody considered it. Oh my god. I'm at the point where me and Maria in convoy searching for water. Oh my god. Oh, that's some times that is, mate. Right, folks. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to tap. Call it there. It's quite late in it, so I appreciate you all coming on. Good to have a catch up. And like I say, now I've got this channel, the floodgates are open. Like I can just make videos about whatever the hell I want now, without getting whinged at. So it is a good thing, and I'm glad that this is how it's gone. So I don't know how I'm going to end this stream because it's on the desktop mode. It's all fucked. Right, folks. I shall see you all soon. Thanks again.